Thank you. Omanchia me entie ma ento mi wuranom se ne yeda fi bia no afi atwa mu yentumi anye no ye pese mo so omonkonye mu mayen na yentumi emfa entie mu odene emfa na chia me so na entumi wuranom se omonnanom omonmanom aba mo nchen ise kwanda mu a yede ntia ede chia moto ebodo Abraham wiye ifo kwada ni ya
ada metale bawane no
Let's go follow me.
Onnanu mo mutiye me omochechire ni na menemu ebedi apam afri bia yebasua ade afri mo ho na emum afi atwa mu de abrewa yi puma okwan mu tie ntimi ama na emum se na afi bia no ani ase aba se yenim oha omokom Yahoo bi TV so ya tibo radio so ya kenkan bi ewo newspapers mu wa moto nyina ya dusuafo a o masua de ewo kwan a sabi atorenchem eba ekwan fa so ayeso ano entena mu ba yeyi e ba mo na asese ebesua yeti se Nkonya man ani Alavanyo fo enya nkitahudie bi na yeba se besua ekwan mo fa so amode so ano ese ne se san nsami ba ye kwan e fa so e so ano jan we kwa mi jan sorry e ma muso na be me o asibi na temafia ma Captain Smart e bi to numunga onuya amuso ayiwa Grace kwatin wa bullet o muya atenka bullet moleno bullet muya moleno okay ava pia bu cheya me fe adom peace muntafe moso ma ne fita ko da me da wankana me bu chwe nkala ha me ne ma ho muji fuma ko ba chwe wa po chota mota mo apotwe so muso da bla fo ni muso da temba le fi me be mo so fa ba fo wa fita ko ba da wankana ba chwe wankala
Yo, ago. Nana, fobono. Assembly fobono. Fonu to nana. Fiale me ande breblene ya. Benya be banfia. Teke abofo ya mo aya bia se asa. Nkombo wane ne bonoa abeji. Tan be fetan lanki yechuwa. Botamakisi. Moso wa. So aneleba anede anebeto ani ontontonto gbehe anini ji anfianfia iji anfianfia nuhia antetemane akpetesia momi ande ambe chomesoto assemblyman mo ande pofemle ayabi asiniye asa ntobi tra ya bonoa ayomosoa nkombo abono feke anajiye
enti mo bisa yakwan so ana mama yakwa aba ene tintimpo uhwe etumpan kwa efe kurase kwa bejan na efe kurase Wilson enti amode ade aho na yase enti yeso ne ewo no de mamo enti me be amambe no yakwa ni mate so mate kwa bejan ba sa yanko Bagu. Ene chame. Atumpanyua fia. Ene na bu femu bia so ya be fem bia ya. Itofo. Mi aka bu bonfia fe. Botwe say ye. Ime kole ya. Etu mi aka. Etu mi yi. Anya mu ya. Obo abukia wu ye. Ta me ne fem ya. Mi apia mo ya so no a. Achi baba he. Asami batie manacho na chiame antu miwanom na antu oman na titu mbapanom sa yaba no no kwasam ne se oman biara awuhia mba wo mu biara no aya enema bi wo hono ma eka tire nti ye bei mene me ma no yesi ekuta yensem ensuo momfa ndu makoma eno achi back segu ha nyina se mu biye so ade omu bia no ina che momfa
na le asabo to amoso nto bia na po ba mo a e jankpa bele mo wiaso asara ne nyana aboto amodwumaje yeso ewa f ma chewa ositamono
yo ago na nyana do yon pa o ochami ba kun fonu ason etofo ase etofo anayin lanki eto ochami amega eto mo ase eto mo anayin eto nanayin bonsra eto mo ase eto mo anayin eto nanayin owu ompe eto mo ase eto mo anayin meji pa o idale indie ke yanfe baba fi mo ton tani amle bagbo ni ile ji ani fe kele lala mo a eyo afusu o yo
Asrontier, Omaniamba, Dede Papa, Omaniamba, Obure.
That day, studio pictures in a public and you have what they are not of the time. How will you food the church? And I'm not just saying, never say, now. Not very ceremony. Very well, one back.
For this, our tent, this is our resource person.
According to history, no yatra mbia bebre ye free senchie na yeba Nkonya ha enti tai per se no ye ya hinkrofo ansana ye free ahinkro no betena ha enti krono ye Nkonya tai yene Alavanyo for na ebohye according to history no say yenim say omo free nwochi na eba enti omo beto yen say na history kire no che say once any the first settlement of Ghana ha enti omo beto yen enti enti omo besre yen asase a ye ma wo a omo tena eso a ye ni omo nyina ye bibia baako yetumi ware ye nuano mo ansana omsi 1983 no intokwa bi besiye wo ye ntam by then no German abina ehwe ahaso ayeye trans Togo Togoland ye wo Togo ase achiri ansana ye bagana enti according to history so no omsi 1953 1959 intokwano sasiye eno de omsi anche enti 23 no German government no obe bohye a di ehye to yani omuntam ye pillars ye map cover asase no ansana 1983 omu ko bubu pillars no na omu start omu ntokwano ndi sana ade no start ye Nkonya nchumbrufo omu no omu ko hoko sansuo that time that year no nsuo ho yedin enti omu ko hoko sansuo na omu se ntokwa bi si wo omu ntam ade chi ye pe na omu sori ni nam ye akudase na omu kunkun ye taifo no apa fo ni nkrofo omu akudase ho nti sana ade no start ye
nti efi asiesa no akoso abasisi ade abedane asase ho na sisi omo gina so di ntokwane ba sana bacho that one is clarified right
2012 ntokwane sole ya 2023 83 2003 2013 yeah about 10 years oh so if you follow up because 10 years na yeah ba nti yakun 1983 no eba 83 no eba 93 to 2003 2004 and it's about 2013 2014 now so your boy home de 2023 24 no your boy home de ansibium nti eno nti na mo pese mu hu de kwan ya yatumi afa so amasa emre ya enjoy peace ene say ntokwa de emwaye ya de asai nema me ka kire kokko afuma ye wo people we yachi ya japade ye wo honom no enya japade ketewa nti ya hu say se be ko akonkum ye ho ama ya japade aka ho a emfa so be na e wo so nti ama nkonyafo ya say ye be fa ne say ya japade nti wo be kunye nipa kra enya de ye be sa tuo say e kokum biom ye nko ati say ta catapult ne de konkra enya dia be fata ya se ekokum biom wo arms sen cross e bia David eden no de ewini ayi ekonim catapult nti wo mu se bia Nkonya for tai for ye ni tuo ye ni akonde bat se abo na e beto kra etumi tubo e de edi nkonim nanso enim faso nti ejai e de to ho no but dia eya e de ba ne se boundary na ye hu se gruna e share no Alavanyo for no so se omo different boundary a aye different ma gruna de no national one na eda honom no omo frɛ no anya boundary or anya map friend ntombe unse ukọ afuma abusua mienu da ho mo wodua bi a omo dua wo honom aye de indicate abusua say your family say mini we your family a edua ba no ye fa nhye oman boundary ba omo no na bush na so mu say eni bi si ho a no ma do ho no mo say I don't know any boundary, but we don't recognize that as our boundary. We see that as family boundaries. nti saa guru na wa no ena ye de eyi adwuma ba almost say no since omode saa anyade no e de boundary nti omo sore a omo wura forest na aka ho mapam ya fi ho no ko a ennua e wo ho no no ye wo so many resources say odum trees and others omo ko a no mo bubu nnua no wo bu nnua no so na say ko che ho no ma ye ntumi mmel e bia wo ho a wo bu nnua no you are armed nti ye ntumi meche wo police station de ne say ye so ye ba be clear ye kumu na omo so town no omo ntiase na omo so makọ other town na makọ kum enkrofo ndi say ya wo say saa ne mana ye ne say ye be kum ma fi ho no kunkun no ye kun a e bia ye me makọ kwa kum obi wo ho no omo ntumi mma me ha so me kum me because omo nse me so madam me ho so nti omo fi ha no makọ other place na makọ kum obi foforo na ye so ya sole na yakọ other town na ye so yakọ kum innocent beings were dying living perpetrators are omo criminals no mo yesa na ma no dia we say no emwa nti ese ejai na ye ma ya ni nko omo yesa ene ma no ho nti say omo be fa omo ni na so ye ne oman for no assembly members ene town ahenfo no ye ne o mekasa na ya hu sedia ye be delay with those criminals nti eno na ama ye nyina ya twe ye ho afi bush honom abetena hanom a ye sresre nti asase ka kraye wa hanom eno na e manage ena ebi mo so fi hanom akọ other towns no makọ high asase no mado nti yenom ohawa e wo ye so no ya fa ne say ye pese obi be wu biom nti ye be dokom ye be tena saa na ya manage kopem say aban e de ne ho ba begim na wa boaye ama ya tumi asolve saa asem no nti pillars na omusisi ye na wo bush num but me kasa likely say e betumi ama entokwa no asana statibium because of the pillars they are breaking about sa boundary no e be yira yeso ye ntena enhwe ma boundary no say e yira nti sa akwanya yi kwan we su na yatumi atena nti say ne ye ne e ba sa assemblyman na me wa say big ekoso wo bush ho a ye nkohobium ye no ho but ye hunters e wo bush num de bia ye kan omo se o say ye so ye say ye kon ye ma ye fatuo omo so mo fatuo say ye kon a aban the soldiers beba interior minister ni kofa ba mo de kafi ba beto so make say ye jai into kono ma be solve problem no look from 2013 up to now ye jai no third party atumi aba say bia obeboa ama ya solve sa asem we nti em say we ni ne ma ye tumi agina ho a ye de asomdwe abesi ba bia aye we but we don't have permanent peace because brante no ye performing ne ma bi ewo efie bi ye wi am ne me ko ma kohwe we are performing some rituals I just say obi awu I dey ka say kai kwa me nkroma ne omkrofo ne so ye kai na nanom say omakon age oman we ato ha mai nti say kana ha yina obi aka say batumi aba ha be boa say obe man ya giant kwa between Alavanyo and Nkonya no ewo krom hanom nipa no boa they only sit there sika na omugidi. There is no peace. Aya NGOs bi na ya omoba. Nti saa na ema no say dey e kai achi no. Eno na ya e dey saa na ema we. E dey ba. E betumi spiritual, e betumi aye say we in terms of memorial something ye kai. Ontumi nka say Kwame Nkrumah mo de magana no orebefi. Ukọ ukrom so a won so wo ancestral ayibia eya udi okay ontumi enyai nti ade a eda ho just say ye modernize no that is modernization name say ye ho adwuma no nti say we modernize bibia o sorry nko bush aha say bia o ko tutuo say o perform rituals nti wo tutuo ana say we ye ne ma bia ebe ma ebe trigger ebe ma we ma te say ye say nti almost the same thing nti say omo ye bibi wo ho no at this time they call to inform us say omo yes sir. Nti yeso ye we call the assemblyman and the town to inform them say ye say so that is what we are using now. Nti those days rumor nti adu say na yes ade we betumi afra Alavanyo say oh Nkonya for na e boa mo ho say o mekun o omo boa mo ho aba Alavanyo wa ha ya o just 15 minutes walk they say we say omo clear kwan no nti fiti akọ Alavanyo ona so they say ya wo pese wo kọ ho say we dey car be kọ ho no because of step ye use nti the communication those days was misinformation and the rest nti obi wakra o ma te say ye perform rituals we betumi afra Alavanyo say Nkonya for no e boa mo ho aba abantokwa nti mo so mo mo ho nti beti ya so mo na bush nti say so ye hunters no ko bush na so mo ko hu bi say ya pow ebasa one person na wunti they will not come here omeko next Nkonya town pow na obi awu na ya start here then na e gada.
Aside the killing of the people, what do you think has taken a major effect on the people of Nkonya and Alavanyo prior to this fight? Then a effect, positive. Okay, both. Let's take the negative aspect. Aside the people dying, what are some of the effects the town is still suffering till now?
The only positive effect I make us say nya popularity ya ede Nkonya ne Alavanyo ba. Let me say ama towns no are popular. Oh yes, yeah. That is the only maybe say it is negative but popular they say. Obo Nkonya din say obo Nkonya the obi be so no say Alavanyo. Oko outside obo Alavanyo a obi dey me so Nkonya. Nti ama edin no atre. That is the only thing I make us say. Apart from that no very negative to the extent say obo Nkonya ebo Alavanyo a no investor be any ho beka say oba hanom abaye bribi because the moment you born Nkonya say pe Alavanyo eto aso Alavanyo so ba de be eto aso conflict nti obia ni pese obeba abetena ba bia conflict ewo nti ama yakọ ya chikra in so many ways omutumi ese omode project bi eba hanom say year na omega somebody project ba beti pow ese wo no start nti we should relocate it no mai e dey fi accord different place but betumi aba say nkrofo wo ho a omo e benefit I say we have people who benefit from the conflict ni say ko ha na say bia rawa for na sabotu ase for epe development say ombe yi e dey akọ honom nti aba sa say pando no mo de be ko mo de ko pando there are people behind it in this for the negative effect ne there bebre nkola bebre wo honom a omuntumi nko school bebre wo honom a omo ajanka that is orphans parents awu nti they don't go they are not able to further their studies obeko school we GHS wa hanom asa waka ha because the parents ni ho obi nso ready say obebo nipa no and nobody from somewhere to come and assist.
Me question is before mo take the steps say mo pe peace no and mo pe asunjue no eye mo na mo start ya na say Alavanyo fo na etu anom aba mo ho.
Mr. Assembly members here two of us no there is nobody from Tai here obi ani Tai hanom obeka say ono pese ono Alavanyo ni be ye peace obi ani Alavanyo ho so obeka say ono Tai ni and say Nkonya ni be ye peace because oya obi ewo ye nyina mu nti ebe de won se mene Alavanyo ni ebe hia ebi enye Tai hanom enye Alavanyo ebi akpando ana Accra no nobody goes to obi anko ne yankukrum me yanko ho omo maha I just say but the abuan said say dem aka twemu no boys no ko bush na say omo koya adwuma baby see a omo tumi prayer na mo so this is what we have identified we have encountered enti be nden na me so ma frɛ payment assemblyman sa na yati o omo ba ya na mo frɛ me na omo frɛ me assembly ba ya na me frɛ payment assemblyman no mo so don't worry we will trace nti omo trace here no yehu ba bia ayi no efie na they wanted to retaliate no emwa nti mama yenkohia nti me payment assemblyman hia na yaka ko payment say ya no ye bobo ye ho yekɔ yehia na wa ha na yaka yehia na yaka na ede mpuni yakohia ewo ye boundary no so nti ba bia de ayi ne ba ya say yekohia o boundary no so be ne assemblyman ene me boys no mo yadwuma okwan no so eno so na ne boys yadwuma wo nti yehia ya na yes no let's come to agreement aden na yebre as I said that why I say do mo yadwuma enso yadwuma nti obi yadwuma woni dem yenso yenje mo obi anka no yonko. That is where it started from. Ebasa only peacekeepers omno mutumi bam ma eja ye ne mato ho na aban I invite paramount chiefs
ebia Alavanyo for ne baye no ebia nka okay me ma wasase nti me no wo san si na besia ya dachi bi se mi ni hwa masefo no pachwati ase na mo be claim se eye modia Mo sign ni bisa. Mo ye.
Omo ba ye ombe bisa ye no. Asase no. Na ye ni no ntem ha no mo wo. Omo be si wo ekuro bi a ye friend say akoloba. Enti akoloba ho no. E na wo munya ba bi pantena. Tama mo ba ye no, omo ba kpando. Ye ne kpando fo na da ehye. Wa muti asem ni yewu. Ye ne kpando fo na da ehye. Enti tama mo bedu kpando amo sere asase no kpando fo na nya asase ama wo. Omo ya igbefo. E na omo twam, omo no mbeto ye nkonya fo wo kuro ba ko ye fe na akoroba. Enti omo bedu akoroba ho no. E na omo amba bi tra he, ba bi omo wo no nsu wo ho. Omo tumi ntra ho. Ansa na mo be bisa sa ansa na ye nananom ma wo asase wo ye ne wo mtam ha. E na omo san ehoma wo so. Enti na omo wo ye ntam ha. Enti first no omo ye adwuma omo do koko omo ye bibia afi so a omo de ndema bre ye na e na omo mu se omo agina wo ho so no omo se omo pa ndema ne bre ye bio na omo ye ne wo nko se na sam ne tenen
Nkonya tayi nko ana omo ni mu anya anase nkonya kuro ni nyina samusi nkonya no enye baby faako
nkonya tai ena onwayi woni ato won so ena ye ne wonko efise ye na asasere ye ndia
2013 2014 akono bae na mo de soja fo no bae no ebinum wura papa bi fie pa omo bo no ese ne dan nyina ne television nyina wobra onam kwan ho so yese curfew nti ebinum pototo abubo so de she ye ebinum fie kora anya asem ketewa ebinum tumi fire enko ebia bebi a yebeko afuom yentumi nko no ebinum tumi di yachi eko ena ebia omo wo no sei enti se mafuom wo sei ametumi omo nti no Alavanyo fo no ntumi mba enti metumi akọ enti se omo basa atututu no ebras ebas ye kakara
from 6 going no omo forces obi anwura dem eye soldiers no omo hwe ye so no omo si ye nwura dem sometimes no bi kura afiafu ma ba oduane kuro be di onyan prepare na food ye o si nwura dem
tumi wura fie
ye nya nente se aban no de tabon atoso meche injection eto asase no so bibi sa wom
ban bia amfa ne santo ye
say ngoma da so
den na mo hwe animu a ebetimi aboa ma entokọ a ye nananom ehye ase ebepem nne enchirima esa efem no eden na mo hwehwe ebetimi ama santokwa no eto obetwa na mo nyina mo beye baako
bandri na omo da beto wo se oti ene vota no omo be yi mo mayen because pillars na e wo so no Dr. Grina ye mayen no omo ni nam bu pillars no nti se ombe de bandri no beto wo otini vota ni a obi antra mba ne yonko ayim na bibia asa no kwa na ye twen yes.
Now there are other 2 Nkonya towns here, but if it is the other town that's attacked, they also defend. If it's another one, they also defend. If they are getting overwhelmed, then maybe Tayi from here will go and help their brother there. But for the initial retaliation in there, why basically you do the initial retaliation till you get help. Okay.
Now, say, there was one Mr. Nicholas. Omushia no mukuno wo. Kwa so akọ efom. Maybe say e dey engine so na mo wa mo tumi ka say e ya Alavanyo fo e na ekun won because e bia na omukun won no be enu asomu jamag bi mamu who say we have arrived like unapologetically. If you see this, you know that we have come to fight you. Was there anything like that, or it was assumed that once they are already attacking you, if there's an incident, then you have to point fingers at them?
More ashanti do bia mu ze we de nkofo insano we de we mu na ye
ye nyum say omo na omo ye 83% no me nana ono kura wakura oni ni nana fo no mo ene ne yere ene ne sister omo ko chi wo mo chichiri wo kura de omo ko Alavanyo enti asojafo no na ekoyi wo ya embrante hene kura ote ha ono so saa ofia kura ba omo chichi no de no ko wudidi
minim say bia people no so amekọ no anopa na amekọ no bia ono ntumi enko tutu embome ha enti yafo na amekọ no yenim say omo no mo tutu no ena omo to boy because ebia wote ya unia ba ko wa ebia o mekọ ha ba enti mekọ afuma ba na wakote no akutu wa tutu da body entumi yesa enti papa no people no so no koyen sana omo ye den omo tutu no bo no ha enti ye kun se yokoye no yokoye se kun se omo no mo ye den omo ayi kwan e de aba eho no mansa na mo be ye den omo be kun papa no
Pacho ni before I come. I praise. Okay, Pacho ni.
Okay. Mako ha ma attack you first and sana ebi omo so be retaliate ana.
2012 no na me do ho me ne won ye bohye Alavanyo is just about 2 kilometers from here enti ye bohye na mado awiabro amibu ansana incident no siye now so very lucky enough ne say asoja for omo timi fie wow enti se me be ko a me ma omo ma me escort omo tra be 1 month na omo be yi omo na omo koe enti one evening me ko afom say me kwa kotwa abrode a me ko omo dobode ni nyina gufam omo dobode ni nyina enti se say me krampo no me santi gromu abiom ma relocate me ho
maybe for instance what you want to be able to wasuma untumi entena say ebia obi abo wasun te wonso won de wo ahonde won kwa betumi abo no say bia ya ye plan say nda ebia ya ye plan say anyombere ebe kwa kokumomo omo be ye hwe a yenso yentumi enko wo saa but omo be ye bibia eno na ma yenso ye de yetumi ko ho ekoye bibi
ko fa ni bi say omo ko je wakati wo hohoi omo ko du kwan so na omo ni ambe hu say won ato otu abo ye bra ne ba ko ono mo di mlika ba krom ha ye bebi say mu a ye say ye nkrofu bi ko nsuom omo fi ntwumuru so omo ko akosa nsuo omo ko du ho no omo sta nsuo na Alavanyo fon so wo nsuo nim ho na omo pori nsuo no ma won nti omo yesa no ena ntokwa si wo ho ena mo sa ntokwa no munti na omo sisa ntuo so omo amukum nkonyafo ena asemusi ena ho na ntokwa ni fi ase fi sa tam ni nyina ntokwa no ombe pata na se etwa so a ho no akoya asase so wo yakura ase akose niema na yenso yeni wo musa de agina mbio na ntokwa no gusu sa bepom ende ya yerete hai enti military awabi na asojafo no ba mu omo yi asojafo se omo tra yen chen ha ebi nso wo omchen wo Alavanyo ho enti yo musa na won mo wo ha no asemu omo so mbedi nsembone wa ha ma omo bufi se omo tra ha bio enti se say de ye ha de ye ni soja ni bia wo ho a obo ye ho ban ye ni police ni bia beto nkai fo ni nyina wo Alavanyo ho ene ye
ye ni Alavanyo fo no na e share so wo ye ni omo ntem enti omo pillars a ye share no omo ko bubu pillars no nyina omo asa aye still omo asa aba bebubu enti eno titrupa na de okun no eba afise aban akasa nimse ye ni omo no share wo ye ni omo ntem enti na nka ne ye hia ne se aban no omo mbodi no mesa be si pillars no a omo abubu no ombesi maye na asase no ntu ya na ayeko enti up to date kwa no da so asase no so enti ye de ye share any problem bia se ne aban no kan no ye bu aban no na yedi no mbra so but omo de ne aban ye bia kra pillars on be no omo na ma bu pillars nti ye hia asumje enti se asumje no kra ni ho entumi mbo enti ye de ahia asumje no nko na ye pe
me pa chau enu anu mu aka no ebi say de Alavanyo fo no ye Alavanyo yi a wo mo ka se Alavanyo yi se wo mo ba ha wo mo be sra asase a ye twa bi ma wo mo no enti wo mo ankasa wo mo ka tran ho enu wo mo ankasa kan se wo mo be tran ha ahwe se ebeba be yi ana Alavanyo Arabanyo ana enti saa na asɛm no te enti no yɛn so no anka yɛn pere wɔn mbomu na pere.
We've come a very long way where we spend most of our time in lecture halls studying theoreticals and all that. But then today, as a communication expert, I think that we've learned a lot. We'll be able to come to a community where they've ever encountered crisis and how the crisis was managed. And to my amazement, I feel strategies that we have learned at the lecture hall are being displayed here. In an instance, I observed that they made mention of mortification and then compensation. So that is that. So we've learned a lot from Benoit theory on image restoration strategies, the strategies that he propounded. We have seen them at display. And so it means what we have learned at the lecture hall and what is being practiced here are no difference. Just that I rather the community doesn't know, the people within the community doesn't know the strategies. But then they can talk about compensation, they can talk about mortification, they can talk about minimization, which was propounded by Benoit. And I think that there is no difference or huge difference between what we are studying at lecture hall and what is being practiced here. So I think we've made a headway. Crisis management comes with stress, emotional stress, name them. So if you don't expose the students and think that crisis management is just sitting in the office writing something and that is all, I think that you're not making any headway. But to bring them here, the stress we are all going through, they'll know that managing crisis doesn't come on a silver platter. So I think this is a very wonderful opportunity. Myself, at the master's level, I never had this opportunity. I think that our students are blessed. They've had opportunities by coming here. So I don't see it as stress. I see it as one of the experiences that we have gathered. Nkonya and Alavanyo conflict was about land. But to me, it has gone beyond the land to let's say retaliation. You killed my dad, I'll kill your dad. You killed my mom, I'll kill your mom. So initially it was about land, about encroachment and all that. But then it has gone beyond land issue. It has gone beyond who owns which part. But then to you killed my mom yesterday, I also killed your mom. That's what we've got into. But I think that as we came here, we've been told the crisis will be managed, and for that matter, they don't normally experience what they used to experience. So I think that the crisis has been mitigated. And so I'll give kudos to the governments and opinion leaders who have been able to come together to, bring a stop to this particular crisis. I think both communities have seen the consequences of the crisis of malevolence. And I think that now we don't see war here. We don't experience war here. And for that matter, I'm pleading to the government that any intervention, any developmental project that he aims or he has even planned of bringing to the people of Nkonya and Alavanyo, he should, fast track it because we need development. There's no war here. And especially government workers who they normally post here and they fail to come. Let me be frank with you. There is no war here. There is peace. So come. I think this particular time, the assessors, or let me say, those who are addressing us, or the resource persons, we've been able to limit the number, and the impact is massive. Some years ago, when we came here, I realized the resource person they gave to us were not on, were not on task. But as it stands today, the people that we met this time around, I think that they are up to task and they are rich in information. They are information rich, and the information that they're giving is fantastic. I think they are doing well.
In order to get our students ready for industry, they must at least experience life outside campus. They must have a feel of what it takes to be on the ground. So, in collaboration with strategic communication, we undertook this exercise. You see, it's not everything that can be taught in a classroom, and it's not everything that can be taught to you. Some things only come to mind when you are on the ground. Okay, I'm pretty sure whoever is watching and is into media didn't learn everything on YouTube or in a classroom. There's some amount of experience you must learn from before you can start going out there to swim in the bigger waters. Yeah, that's what I believe in. AUCC's policy and theory or mindset is get your hands dirty. Get your hands dirty. Through this, especially the radio side and the visual communication side, when students finish, some just open their own media houses. Yeah. Low key, industry people just apply for students from AUCC because they are ready for the job. Okay. In industry, although we need to learn the basics and the technical aspects of it, nobody largely is going to ask you whether you have any technical experience. It's you most times you hit the ground running. So we must make sure that if people take enough parachutes to know how to land and move on. So ACC's mindset is get your hands dirty, know how to do things before you move out. I know students in AACC now, they've not finished, but because of what we do, are already employed. They are industries. I don't want to be mentioning names, or else you look some way, but I can risk it. I can tell you Metro TV and TV3, some of the places you find most AUCC students, graduates or still schooling. Well, I believe in equality. And mind you, we are doing a creative course. And in creative courses, as much as there might be seniority or some amount of hierarchy, there should also be freedom to express your mind and relate. So we use the respect for every other, but then be free to speak your mind and ask questions and blending.